Hey everybody, what's up? It's Dunbar Snack Bar here with my very first NCAA 2012 viewer request video. Now what's awesome about this is I took the very first request that I had in my inbox and I decided to put it together. Fortunately, it is Michigan versus Ohio State. Now the rivalry between these two teams is huge. Actually, ESPN considered it the greatest rivalry in North America. So I think that this is pretty intense. I'm really excited that this is my first game. Now, from last year, both teams have gone under some pretty big changes. Both teams are going to have some new head coaches, and I think it's really going to change the way these two teams play, of course. And I hope that that's going to affect the rivalry here as well, making it more intense and making it awesome here as well. Now, I decided to play as the Michigan Wolverines simply because, one, they're the underdog. Ohio State's actually ranked 6th in the game, and I love playing actually at Michigan Stadium, the big house here. A lot of fans. You got over 100,000 people watching this game. I think that's pretty awesome. So I'm pretty excited, though, like I said, about this game. I think it's going to be a pretty intense game as well. I think that for me specifically, I'm going to have to score a lot of points to kind of keep up with Ohio State, as they do have the better team all around in this game. Now, Ohio State did win the toss. They elected to kick, which means that, of course, I had to receive, and it's my first chance to have the ball. Smith with a good run to the left part of the field, and I'm going to rely on him periodically to put together some good runs. Mostly, though, my offense is going to be centered completely around Robinson, my quarterback here. He's a pretty good dual-threat quarterback. He has the ability to be able to run the ball really well and also pass the ball effectively as well. So I think if I can utilize him well and utilize him efficiently, I think that this game can go my way. Good throw up the middle to be able to get the first down on that throw. And like I said, with throws like that, I think that's going to help me out here as well. I'm not really going to go for necessarily deep passes in the game. It's going to be more quick, short passes just to inch my way closer down to the goal line. That I think is what's going to go ahead and allow me to be able to go up against this great Ohio State defense as well. So we'll take a look, see what happens here. Like I said, I'm getting closer here to the goal line. Good throw outside to Smith to be able to get within the 10-yard line. So it's going to be first and goal from here on out. Now, Smith does get injured on this one, and he actually gets injured quite a bit. Shaw with a great catch, though, and is going to be able to go into the end zone here on that screen. That is going to be the very first touchdown of the game. Michigan is up here in the beginning 7-0. So great way to be able to start off this game. I think momentum is going to be huge in this game early on especially. I think whoever gets the momentum early is going to come out on top on this one here as well. So went through just about half of the first quarter on this drive, so we'll take a look and see what Ohio State can do in the second half. This is a great run, but unfortunately for Ohio State, it's going to be coming back. Ends up being a holding call on them, so it's actually going to be 1st and 19 for them. Now, I know that anything that I can do to be able to slow down Ohio State is going to be beneficial. That includes getting any kind of penalties. But they do a great job of being able to get the first down regardless, though, with a great pass up the middle. That was a pretty good run after he got the catch to be able to get those additional yardage, or get those additional yards to get the first down. So very potent Ohio State offense is going to, I think, be doing this quite a bit. I'm thinking that what the computer's going to do is throw a lot and also incorporate some running periodically to try and throw me off. And it's a good thing I decided to go with that because that is my first interception of the game here. So great way to be able to turn around any kind of momentum that Ohio State was starting to build on that one. So I'm going to be expecting actually a lot of passing, and the defensive plays that I'm going to be setting up are going to be revolving around a lot of passing plays here as well. So worked out for me on that one, as I did call a good play to be able to get that interception. So here we go once again with me on offense. We'll take a look and see what happens here. Unfortunately, though, it's going to start off with the sack, and I don't like, of course, starting off my drives with a sack or anything like that at all. So 2nd and 17 now. We'll see if there's anything that I can do to try and reverse my fortune here. Robinson with a pretty sweet move to be able to get around that defender. Goes ahead and get some additional yards after the first down. I was saying Robinson is pretty good running on the ground, and, of course, you kind of saw that right there as well. But passing wasn't too hot here for this drive as well. I give up an interception as well, so it kind of balances it out. I got the interception. Now I give it up, and I was kind of disappointed because after that pretty big run that I had there, I'm sad that it ended up with an interception, and now Ohio State has the ball. Luckily, though, field position is not too great for Ohio State. Pretty average. They're on the 30-yard line to be able to start this one off. And you're going to see actually a lot of runs like this up the middle with the quarterback. And I don't adapt to it pretty quick. It's not until the later portions of the game that I decided to go ahead and start putting a quarterback spy on him the whole time. Great pass there to be able to go ahead and get some yards, but unfortunately, though, it's not going to get them the first down, and they have to go ahead and punt. So good run by Smith up the middle to be able to get some yards. That's 9 yards on that run. Smith is doing a pretty good job whenever I throw or whenever I hand it off to him, since it's usually when Ohio State's expecting one of my passes here. So Robinson going to be throwing it off to the left to my fullback to be able to get the first down. That was actually 4th down. I wasn't in a position to be able to kick a field goal, and I was too close to punt, so I thought, why not go for it? Turns out to work out really well with that throw. Those throws to the outside that are pretty quick and to my players in the backfield have been a staple for me so far, and that's what I've been going to in a lot of the situations where it's like 3rd down or situations where I have to score. Good throw by Robinson to be able to get the receiver there and to be able to get 7 yards on that. Unfortunately, though, I get an incomplete pass on the next play, and I have to go ahead and kick the field goal. But at least it's 3 points. I'll take it however I can. It is now 10-0 Michigan over Ohio State. I'm very surprised that here we are in the second quarter, and Ohio State still has not been able to score a touchdown or anything or get on the board at all. So great run there once again. It seems like Ohio State is doing a pretty good job of throwing me off. It was a 4-yard run, but still hurt nonetheless. Now here we are on 3rd and 6. Good pass for the completion, but not enough to get the first down. So once again, Ohio State is punting. My defense is doing phenomenal. I noticed with NCAA football 2012, they kind of have gone more of the direction of defense. It seems like playing offense is a lot more difficult than it has been in the past. And so I'm pretty excited about that because I think that's the only way I'd be able to win is if I had good defense. Now here we are with Smith being able to run it 2 yards. It's 4th and 1 yet again. So here we go. Let's see if I can go for it and get the first down. Robinson's going to keep it, and he does get over the line. So that's 2 4th down conversions that I've had in the first half. I usually don't go for it on 4th down, but I have twice, and it's worked out for me each time. So the drive is still alive. So with the play action pass here, I'm going to throw it, and it's going to be a good amount of yards up the middle. Denard Robinson is actually doing pretty well so far. 10 and 15 is really not too bad, but one of those is an interception, and another one here is an interception as well. So with this linebacker, he jumped out of nowhere. I really didn't see him when I threw it, but a great jumping catch to be able to get that. And Ohio State has the ball once again. So there's 2 drives that I think I should have been able to score on, but unfortunately, because of me not really paying attention, I end up losing the ball, and Ohio State has a chance once again. Now we've got about 2 minutes left in the second quarter before we hit halftime, and so we'll take a look and see if Ohio State can put something together. I should have been able to tackle him, but he gets outside to be able to stop the clock. So it's plenty of time for Ohio State to be able to score, and if they can pass efficiently, which they really haven't done too much so far in the first half, if they can put something together, definitely time for them to be able to score right here. So we got about 1:30 left, a little less than that here. So they get back in the pocket, waits a little bit, and I get the sack. So I'll definitely take that. 3rd and 18 now as the time is continuing to tick off of the clock. And we'll take a look, see what happens with this large throw downfield, and I am able to break it up. So I've got about a minute left to be able to score here. So with Robinson, I see plenty of green in front of me. Robinson's going to do a great run down the left part of the field, is able to get out of bounds. I was pretty lucky on that one because I got pushed out of bounds on that one. But that's a lot of yardage that sets me up to be pretty deep down the field, and I think I'm in scoring position here right now. I can't remember exactly where I ended up, but yeah, I'd say I'm in field goal range. So we'll take a look here and see what happens with this throw to Grady. It's a touchdown. Great throw up the middle. Opportunities to be able to throw the ball were pretty apparent on that one here. So that was a great run down the field to be able to be open enough to be able to get the pass and score the touchdown. So my lead has expanded even more now. It's 17-0 here as the time is ticking away here before we get to halftime. So on this throw, pretty good. 9 yards on that one. And Ohio State's doing a pretty good job marching down the field here. They are going with hurry up, I believe, after this particular play, which ends up being kind of interesting because they show a fumble on that, and I was not going to do anything about it because it'd be kind of advantageous to me, but the officials decide to go ahead and review it, and I think they were kind of reviewing as to whether or not it was a fumble here. But we'll take a look and see here what happens after this highlight, and it ends up that it is overturned. So Ohio State gets the first down, and they still have a few more seconds to be able to score. Here's another run up the middle, and it's just enough for them to be able to get the first down. Well, more than just enough, actually, looking at it. But 20 seconds left. Tries to do it again, but fortunately I'm able to stop him here. 5 seconds left in the half. It's going to be the last chance to be able to do anything with it, and I sack him. Ohio State, of course, not too happy about that one. Not a great way to end the half, but I'll definitely take it. That was a user sack as well. Now, you got to remember, I did receive in the first part of the game, so, of course, I'll be kicking here. Ohio State has another chance to be able to score. Another run up the middle with that one here. We'll take a look and see what happens here as he does it yet again in more yardage. This was getting really frustrating for me, and I think it was about this point here where I decided to go ahead and start putting a quarterback spy on him as much as I can. Great run, kind of throws me off guard for 6 yards on that one. Ohio State's running really hasn't been too great in the game. It's only when I'm not expecting it that they've been able to get some good yards. And great stop for me here on this play that ended up being just a little toss-off there to the halfback for a screenplay. Now, Ohio State did have to punt on the first drive, which is good because I don't want Ohio State to get any kind of momentum to help them out. So we'll take a look and see if I can put something together potentially here. It is 3rd and 2nd on this play. Robinson is going to roll out to the right. That's something I like doing quite a bit. I wasn't able to connect with the wide receiver on that one, and I had to end up punting on that. But Robinson has been doing a really great job for me. He is the kind of quarterback that I like to have on my team. Fits very well with my style of game plan. I think that's why I've been able to do as good as I have actually offensively. And I know it's only 17 points, but it's been going pretty well. Another interception for me right here. Well-timed as always. Every interception, I guess you could say, is well-timed. So I have a chance to be able to score. Once again, I am close to about the 35-yard line here, so I don't have too far to be able to go ahead and get some more points here on the board. So we'll take a look and see if I can capitalize on this turnover here and put some points on the board here to kind of expand my lead even more in case Ohio State goes on a pretty good streak right here. So throw to Hemingway once again is going to be a touchdown, though. It is going to be 24-0 in the third quarter here. Now, I was not expecting Ohio State to have nothing in the third quarter. So mad props to Michigan's defense on this one here. And also I would say the offense as well, of course, since we've been able to put points up on the board against a very tough Ohio State defense. So we'll take a look here now. Ohio State, of course, having a chance to be able to score now that they are on offense. The one play I decide not to put a quarterback spy on him is when he decides to run up the middle. And I make him pay for it here a little bit with that big hit. Now, this run is going to end up not giving him anything, actually losing a yard. That was luckily for me, I was able to hit him there a little bit and kind of slow him down here. But I had to end up actually punting on my drive, and so that's why Ohio State has it again here with first down. So, good toss for 6 yards on that one up the middle. Ohio State has done a pretty good job of being able to find receivers that aren't necessarily open, but in a position to make a good catch. Like that catch right there was pretty good. And that's going to set up some good stuff here for Ohio State as they throw it downfield, and they get on the board here with their first touchdown of the game. First points for them here as well. And I was actually kind of glad about this because I didn't want my first game of a viewer request to end up being a shutout against a team as great as Ohio State. So it is going to be 24-6. And why I give you the 6 here is Ohio State is going to go ahead and attempt a 2-point conversion, which I can understand because if they can get 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions, they tie the game up, and they go ahead and get that. So it is going to be 24-8 here as we are now in the fourth quarter. So I'm just going to try and run out the clock as much as I can. So that's why I'm throwing it to Smith actually quite a bit here. Unfortunately, though, Ohio State was prepared for that and really shut me down on that drive and had to punt it back without taking too much time off of the clock. But I'm able to stop them on the run here as well. which means that Ohio State probably is going to have to focus on passing in the fourth quarter here, and a lot of passing to be able to get in a position where they can start to come back. So there's about 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter, and on this passing play, it ends up getting them a first down on 2nd and 13. So that was a pretty good pass by him here as well. Ohio State's passing is starting to become a lot more efficient and able to capitalize on a lot more things. Now this is pretty embarrassing for me here. Great catch by Ohio State. I completely overshoot the receiver, and they go ahead and get the touchdown. Now, it ended up probably not being a big impact on the game because he would have been down within the 5-yard line, I believe. We'll take a look here on the highlight and kind of see here. But I think he would have been close enough to be able to score. Well, actually, yeah, he would have been around the 5. Now, Ohio State's going to go for it one more time. Now, this passing play, I lucked out that the receiver wasn't able to hold on to the ball and make that catch. So it's going to be 24-14 here. Robinson is going to throw yet another interception. This one wasn't necessarily because he was covered too badly. It was just because Robinson made just an absolute bad throw on the run here, which you'll see really quick here. Now, way overshot the wide receiver, and I now have 3 interceptions, which is pretty embarrassing for me. I don't like having that many interceptions. 1, 2 maybe I can understand, but 3 is when I start getting pretty frustrated. So Ohio State has the ball now with about 2.5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Great throw to be able to get some yards on that one, and Ohio State's actually starting to go with a hurry-up style offense. So not able to really stop them here when they're doing this. Now it's 2nd and goal on this one here. They're going to throw it to the left side. Fortunately, Avery is there to be able to make the catch and intercept the ball. And I know I said earlier that all interceptions are well-timed, but this is a very well-timed interception, as I think Ohio State was going to be able to score there pretty easily, get an onside kick potentially, and be at least in field goal range and tie the game up. So now with about 1:44 left in the game, I'm going to run it. And Shaw does a great job being able to get some yards on that one going to the right. And he gets some good yards on this one going to the left. Smith ended up getting injured yet again. I think he got injured 3 times in the game here. But Shaw does a great job of filling his shoes, being able to get some yards towards the end of the game, which is going to help me be able to run out the clock and end up getting the win in this one. So this was actually a really good game. Michigan does win 24-14 over Ohio State. Pretty lucky that I got away with the win in this one. It was a very tough game, but I enjoyed it nonetheless. And I hope you guys enjoyed it here too. Continue to send in requests for Major League Baseball games, and also you can start putting in requests for college football games. Pretty excited about being able to do those. Feel free to subscribe to me if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at @DumpBarSnackBar. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for watching this. As always, you have a good one.